Hey you guys, welcome back to the Bash Chat, or welcome if you're new here. I'm in such a rush because I have to go somewhere, but I wanted to hurry up and get this video filmed before, so hopefully I can get it up ASAP. Anyways, we're going to be talking about Jenelle Eason. We just talked about Nathan Griffith earlier today, and now we're going to be talking about Jenelle. Y'all, something happened that I am so shocked to find out. Honestly, I was shocked to hear it, but then after a few minutes of really thinking about it, I was like, you know what? It kind of makes sense. Jenelle seems to have gotten custody back of Jace, her 14-year-old son, who has been living with Barbara, his grandmother Barbara, since he was born. I really was like, yeah, Barbara will probably never come up off Jace. But then when I really started thinking about it, Barbara is getting old. Jace has a lot of he's like ADHD from my understanding. He has he's hyper, and I know Barbara's dealt with a lot of issues with Jace, like from being bad, cursing her. There was reports of him getting physical with her, like burning things in the house when he would get mad. So there was another time where Barbara was going to let Jace go live with Jenelle. Jace had kind of gotten out of hand, so she took him to Jenelle's house, and Jenelle immediately went to social media saying, I have my son back, which ticked Barbara off, and she went and picked Jace right back up and took him back home. So when I really thought about it for a minute, I was like, maybe he's just getting to the point where she can't handle him and she's just too old to deal with it. But it looks like she has given Jace back. Now, when I first saw this, I think it was on Twitter, somebody reporting that Jenelle had gotten custody of Jace. People was like, no way, Barbara must have gave him back. That seems to be what has happened. So I'm going to go over the Ashley Realities Roundup just so I can make sure I give you guys all the details, and because I'm in such a hurry. Okay, so the Ashley's Reality Roundup just posted an article a few hours ago saying exclusive Barbara Evans files to give Jenelle Evans full custody of her son Jace after 14 years of battling each other through court. So this is what is being said. Now, we do know Jace has been, we do know that Jenelle has been posting cryptic messages lately about some achievement that she thought would be impossible. I remember seeing that and I'm like, girl, I wouldn't even post nothing right now, because if it's some sort of brand deal or something like that, you know, if you tell people, they're going to ruin it for you. So why are you even posting anything about it? I would say nothing until 6 years after I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? But either way, she's been making these posts that something big was happening, right? Now it can be confirmed that she's finally obtained custody of Jace from her mother Barbara after years-long battle. Jace, he is now 14 years old. He has been living with Barbara since he was born. She obtained custody of him when he was a baby and has fought Jenelle successfully in court multiple times in Jenelle's effort to regain custody of him. Now, when she gained custody of him, when Jenelle had Jace, she was living at home with Barbara, but she would go out a lot. She would go out to party. And then Barbara was the one tending to him anyways, because Jenelle was gone all the time. And then sometimes Jenelle would not be back home in time for Barbara to go to work. So Barbara put him in daycare. There would be times where Barbara would tell Jenelle, can you come home tomorrow to keep the baby? I need to work. And Jenelle would not show up at home. Or if she did show up at home, she would stay asleep and Barbara could not get her awake to keep Jace. So Barbara literally had to put him in daycare, and she paid for the daycare. So I know Jenelle now likes to say, like, my mom screwed me over. Like, I was just young, but I was tending to my kid. I watched it. No, she didn't. She would go out a lot and not care. Barbara would tell her, be home in the morning, and she would not show up or she would be asleep. So anyways, according to court paperwork obtained exclusively by the Ashley, Barbara has willingly agreed to give custody of Jace back to Jenelle. A court hearing was held in North Carolina earlier this week for a modification of custody for Jenelle and Jace's father, Andrew Lewis. The Ashley is unsure if Andrew attended. More than likely, he probably didn't. Barbara retained a lawyer for the case, but it does not appear that they are going to be contesting this custody modification in any way this time. So even though she has a lawyer, probably just someone there to represent her, but they're not objecting to this. This is something that they're putting in place. Now, a source tells the Ashley, like I said, that Jace has become too much for Barbara to handle. That's the main reason she is allowing Jenelle to have custody of Jace. Although the modification hearing was held, the custody changes do not appear to be official just yet, so they have not taken effect just yet. However, Jenelle has had shared custody of Jace for several years. So they've made the modification, and now I think they're just waiting for the judge to sign off on it. But I think Jace is with Jenelle. As you guys may remember, Jenelle almost obtained custody of Jace back in 2021, January 2021. However, like I said earlier, Jenelle opened her big mouth and Barbara pulled the plug on that. Barbara actually told her, like, do not go off telling people about this. And Jenelle just couldn't help herself. And she went live on her Instagram, I think it was at the time, or maybe her YouTube channel. She said, I got custody of my son back, which really it was not custody. Barbara had just brought him over and said, here, you deal with him. I can't. But yeah, Jenelle screwed that up and Barbara got him back. Now, as they actually told you back in 2021, Jace had been living with Jenelle for a little bit due to Barbara being unable to handle his behavior. However, when Barb found out that everyone knew she couldn't handle Jace, she flipped out and rescinded the offer to let Jace live with Jenelle, which to me, that's kind of petty. Like, I get it. Barbara's like, I don't know, like I guess headstrong and she don't want to seem like a failure. She don't want it to seem like she could not tend to Jace. I don't know. But to me, just to go back and get him just because she said something online shouldn't happen in my opinion. Jenelle probably should have kept it quiet, just kept it between them. But at the end of the day, Jenelle is his mom. And if you're going to say, hey, here, you can have him now, mom can talk about it. I guess, I don't know. Anyways, this time around, Jenelle has been keeping the news of the custody change quiet, although she has been hinting over the last week that something big is happening with her case. Although she has not directly stated that she's getting full custody of Jace like she did last time. She did state on social media that she has a pending case in court recently. When someone commented on her Facebook page about Barbara still having custody of Jace, Jenelle responded, can't wait to share my news with you this week about my case. So the person said, you sound ratchet ASF for someone making money off having a kid their mom is still raising. Jenelle said, can't wait to share my news to you this week about my case. So she has also bragged on her Facebook page that she accomplished something big. On Tuesday, she wrote, I'm about to achieve the unthinkable and cannot wait to share the news with everyone. So yeah, it probably was unthinkable. I mean, honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, what? No way. But then really thinking about it, I was like, you know, this happened not too long ago, but Barbara got mad when Jenelle opened her big mouth. And Barbara said then Barbara didn't say, but news came out that Jace gets physical with Barbara, that he hits on her, and that he throws really bad fits, and he will curse at her, and that he like lit something on fire in the house one day when he was mad. So yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, Barbara's probably like in her 60s or something, and she's raising a 14-year-old that's giving her hell, you know? So, I mean, if it was me, I think I would have to be like, here, I don't want to spend my dying days dealing with a teenager that's going to end up acting just like you did, Jenelle. Here, you deal with him. Because at the end of the day, it's Janelle's child. And I hope that, you know, obviously, I hope that all the kids are safe over there on the land. That is something that I have worried about. But if he's being to the point where Barbara can't take care of him, then he don't need to drive Barbara insane, you know. However, I hope Jace gets it together. I mean, kids are going to be kids, but that is a little much. Hitting your grandmother, cursing your grandmother, lighting things on fire, that's a little much. So hopefully, as he transitions to live with Jenelle full time, maybe those things will go away. Maybe he won't act that way. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why he was acting that way. I don't know. But either way, hopefully this will work out for the best for everyone involved. If I hear anything else, I will let you guys know. Please leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. And please, please, please consider subscribing to this channel for all your reality TV tea, celebrity news, trending news and topics. Because that's what we do here. Anything that's of interest, reality TV, trending topics, we talk about it here on this channel. And we do live streams as well where we'll cover a certain topic and we will all just kind of chit chat about what's happening. So if you're into that kind of thing, please consider subscribing to the channel and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.